Okay, work going forward. I have just अब असल में देखो ये थोड़ा सा extraordinary time तो है. So what I'm doing is कि I thought that I would do this right at the end of the semester, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a video clip. Muhammad, shh. I'm going to send you a video clip, and I'm going to send you a reading with it, and I want you to make sense of this video clip. The paradigm that exists behind this particular school of thought is completely, I won't say alien to you, but completely unknown to you from the textbooks that you've ever studied on economics. So that's exciting. That there, right there, is my paycheck because, मैंने तुम लोगों को कोई नई चीज़ बताई है. ठीक है. Thank you. See, I don't get to see your smile, so I have to smile at myself and be all like, yay, good job. Um, uh, so that's one. And the second will be to understand that that particular paradigm of thought, I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag, that's where the reading comes in. That particular paradigm of thought is something that will make so much sense to you that you will say, where were you all my life? ठीक है. So my job is to, because I have been trained in the mainstream, I do hold an extraordinary amount of interest in the heterodox version of events. However, what is so fascinating is that what I'm going to send to you, this particular piece of reading, which is on something called behavioral economics. So, we don't let anyone else know about it right now. It's on behavioral economics. It received a Nobel Prize. I think Richard Thaler got a Nobel Prize for it, and again, I don't remember, maybe it was 2018 he got it. Figure it out, find out. And for me, a Nobel Prize, I'm putting my notebook away because this is all about a conversation. A Nobel Prize is not, it doesn't mean that it was the best economics ka idea out there, but what it means is that it's like an Oscar. ऑस्कर कभी कभी जब आप देखते हो कि कुछ मूवीज़ को मिला है तो आप कहते हो यार ये बेस्ट मूवी तो नहीं थी, मे बी द अदर वन वुड हैव गॉटन इट, एंड देन देयर इज दैट आर्ग्यूमेंट दैट हैपेंस. बट व्हाट डज एन ऑस्कर डू? एन ऑस्कर ब्रिंग्स आउट that one particular movie, let it be an obscure movie or let it be a mainstream movie or an actor or a screenplay or whatever, and it makes sure that everybody knows about it, so that everybody will try to at least find out what was the fuss about. So in my lifetime, at least in the last 10 to 15 years, what has been so exciting is that there is a gradual but very interesting shift towards so-called heterodox ideas that are quite distinct from your financial economics models, and that shift has meant that there are researchers out there that are getting acknowledged for their work. One, because it's fantastic work, and two, because you can no longer ignore them. So it's not like they're it's not like everybody standing up and saying bravo, great job, and इससे तो बेहतर कोई idea ही नहीं था. Sometimes you just have to give them the award because they've managed to muster up the popular support, and you cannot ignore them anymore. And that is so phenomenal because that means that I get to sit in this classroom and I get to teach you this without absolutely I mean गिल्ट तो कभी भी नहीं आनी चाहिए, लेकिन एक ज़माना था जब मैं ये बात करती थी तो मुझे बुलाया जाता था. I'm not going to name names, but एक certain university जो बहुत ही उधर जाके मुझे बुलाया जाता था. Why did you teach that? Well, surely that is not a 200 level thing or a 400 level thing. Surely they need to understand that more at the, and now I don't need to do that because they received a Nobel Prize for it. So woohoo, that's enough for us to have this conversation in this classroom. And that is what is so amazing, because अब आप इनकी बात, they're not in some, these people who get this Nobel Prize for something so fantastic but not part of the mainstream. द बेस्ट पार्ट अबाउट इट इज़ कि जहाँ बेचारे एक कोने के ऑफिस में बैठे होते थे. यूनिवर्सिटीज़ एक्चुअली जब तुम लोग इंशाल्लाह जाओगे, जब भी जाओगे, तुम लोगों में से कुछ के प्लान्स हैं. यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में दो काम होते हैं, एक रिसर्च होती है, एक पढ़ाना होता है. और पढ़ाने का मतलब होता है कि आप वो वाला कोर्स अगर सर्टन 300 लेवल कोर्सेज, 400 लेवल कोर्सेज जब वो रन कर रहे होते हैं, उनका मतलब ये होता है कि वो बाय पॉपुलर डिमांड रन हो रहे हैं, इलेक्टिव स्पेशली. तो आप लोगों को नज़र ये आएगा, आप लोगों को पता ये चलेगा कि कुछ कोर्सेज ऐसे हैं जो कि 3 साल से रन ही नहीं हुए, बट वो फैकल्टी मेंबर वहाँ कोई रिसर्च वगैरह करे, वो इसलिए रन नहीं हुआ है क्योंकि वो पर्टिकुलर इवेंट जो है वो कोई इतना हैपनिंग नहीं है इस वक्त. तो इन माई अगेन लास्ट एनेक्डोट ऑफ द डे, when I went to university for my postgraduate studies, what had happened was that I myself am very interested in the markets of the way that the world works. And तो एक कोर्स था ट्रांजिशन इकोनॉमीज़ के ऊपर, जो कि असेंशली आपकी हैं सोवियत यूनियन का ब्रेकअप एंड पोलैंड, हंगरी, एंड ये जो सारी ट्रांजिशन की थी ईस्टर्न यूरोपियन इकोनॉमीज़ एंड व्हाट नॉट एंड द सोवियत यूनियन. तो I wanted that that course should be run. A couple of my very good friends wanted that course should be run. So we said, okay, fine, let's find out कि किधर है. So we found John Salter, actually his name was, very distinguished fellow, and we knocked on his door, and he was actually like, what, you've come to see me? And we were like, yes, we would love it if you could run the course in the next semester. And he's like, nahin, I need at least 5 to run the course, and there's just 3 of you, and nobody's wanted to do this course for the last 5 years. And he sounded not very disappointed about it. He was very matter of fact about it, क्योंकि लास्ट 5 years में क्या हो रहा था, ईस्ट एशियन फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस. ठीक है, East Asian financial crisis was of course taking place in the Asian part of the world. So जी Thailand, Korea, China, and even matlab the fashion at that time was to just study this. And if ये नहीं पढ़ना तो फिर हमने पढ़ना. By the way, I'm a development economist, so this is all about the emerging markets and whatnot. अगर ये वाली इकोनॉमीज़ नहीं पढ़नी थी तो फिर एक फैशन ये था कि हमने सब सहारन इकोनॉमीज़ पढ़नी है, ये जिनको हम हिपिक इकोनॉमीज़ भी कहते हैं, हाईली इंडेटेड पुअर कंट्रीज़. तो the poor guy, Salter, he was like, nobody wants to study about, they believe it's a thing in the past. No student has come to me in the last 5 years and asked that this course be run. I'm just here on my tenure, और जिसको हम एक certain dialect में tenure भी कहते हैं. तो वो उसको तो वो एम्प्लॉयमेंट उसकी गारंटीड थी, वो बेचारा साल के 2 पेपर्स निकाल देता था. लेकिन eventually, by the way, the course did run. There were about 15 of us in the course. And it was a really exciting time for me because I got to learn a lot of Russian history, which was, I mean, you know how much we take Pakistan studies for granted. और अगर फिर अब मैंने अगर आपको थोड़ी सी पाकिस्तानी इकोनॉमी का बताना तो एटलीस्ट तुम लोगों को ये तो पता है ना, अयूब खान और याहिया, जनरल याहिया और जनरल अयूब के बीच में डिफरेंस क्या था. Imagine having to do that for the Soviet economy. And so I had all these sort of papers pasted in my room, and it was very beautiful. Mind meets Rain Man meets my life. And I'm not proud of it, but I used to have a lot of Coca-Cola with coffee and chini, and then just kind of for all nighters of padhai. And I got a distinction in the course. I'm so proud of that, because I realized that most of it was not about current policy, but it was about knowing all the background stories और वो जो सियासी चीज़ें जो हमें पता होती हैं जी, PMLN और PMLQ के क्या मसाइल हैं, वो मुझे I had to learn that about the Russian economy and the Russian society. So, but I crashed very badly after my exam. So one of my very good friends, then we went, I don't know what happened, I was completely spaced out, but she fed me a lot because she realized कि इतना sugar high था, वो crash हुआ है. The purpose of the story is that we no longer have to study these things in isolation because we can do them in the class openly, because these guys have received Nobel Prizes for it, and I can teach you these things without any shroud of any shroud of guilt whatsoever. Okay, this is it from my side. You have to comment on the videos if you want to. And by the way, the comments, just like they have to be meaningful comments so that they can generate more conversation. Okay, I hope this has made sense to some of you. If not, then let me know how it can be more streamlined. Aaj was more of a gupshup session. It is going to become a lot about very topical discussions. I'm going to give the topic out, you're going to give me back feedback, and then I'm going to send you the lecture on it. Okay? Have faith in me, in the process, in the technology that we're using. Inshallah, we'll do all right. And you know what, some of you mentioned कि जी मेरे लिए last year जो है academically था, productive नहीं रहा है. ठीक है, कुछ नहीं होता, सीख रहे हो ना, यहाँ पे बैठे हुए हो तुम लोग सारे. Everybody's fine, you're all fine. Count your blessings. Thank you so much for sharing your stories with me, and take care of yourselves. Godspeed.